Welcome to another mind blown mini lesson with Miss Hoover. Today we're going to really dive into making predictions. Our I can statement today is I can use pictures and text clues to make a prediction about what will happen. So, predictions, you've probably been asked to make those quite often throughout the years of your schooling. It's something that we ask students to start at a pretty young age, but we want them to continue because making predictions is essential for us to understand the story and for us to comprehend and for us to actually show that we're really invested in the characters and the plot and we want to know what's going to happen next. So, um, we need to kind of take a look at what the prediction process is. So there's a couple different things that need to happen. So you're either watching this video because you're starting a new book and I want you to predict what's going to happen. And that's the one I'm going to model today. You could, though, be watching this video because I stopped at a really exciting part or a really controversial part where you're not really sure what the character is going to do next. So you can predict before reading a book, during it, and after. You always want to check your prediction. Now, it doesn't matter if you're right or wrong, but if you're paying attention to the text, a lot of times you will get that prediction correct. So when we're talking with our partners, some sentence starters that we can use is based on the title and cover, I predict. I can predict that, blank. After reading chapter 4, I predict that this will happen. And then you always want to follow up. So saying my prediction was right, but now I think the characters are going to do this. The materials you need is your Chromebook, your chapter book, your making prediction brochure, either print or digital, and a positive can-do attitude. So again, I've already kind of explained this, but you're watching this video because the chapter book that you're working on is perfect to practice making predictions. All right, here's my example. So this is a book I've never read. I just ordered it off Amazon, actually. It had really good reviews. So I will let you know later on if I liked it. It's called Ungifted. And so my prediction I'm going to be making before reading. And I kind of want to predict what this is going to be about. So I'm going to exit out of this so I can type so you can kind of see my thought process here. So I would just have, I'm making a prediction before reading. Let me circle that really quick. All right, so I got before. That didn't even work, but you guys got what I'm saying. So I'm going to drag a text box here. And I'm going to use some clues, and I really don't have too much text. I only have the word ungifted and the author's name. So I'm really going to need to use this photo. I'm assuming, just because I know what demographic they wrote it for middle school students. I'm going to assume that there is a kid who thinks he isn't gifted, but finds out he is very gifted in robotics. And the reason I'm predicting that is because I'm not quite sure why else there'd be a robot on the cover. It's got to work with the plot somehow. So that's kind of what the clues and the pictures gave me. I kind of wrote this in a complete sentence. This would actually be my prediction. So I'm going to just move this up here. So my prediction is there's a kid, thinks he isn't gifted, but finds out he's very gifted in robotics. I wrote this too detailed. So what I would do here is just kind of make kid, he feels ungifted, robots. So those would kind of be my notes. I kind of went out of order there. So you're definitely going to want to have a good conversation, especially if you're doing before reading. Try not to look at that summary because that will kind of skew your prediction and kind of make it a little bit of cheating. If you're in the middle of a book, that conversation still needs to happen, but you're going to have some more things to kind of draw from to make a prediction because you've been reading the book so far till that chapter. So making predictions is fun. Hopefully you think so. I do. And it's important for our comprehension. So come see me if you need help. Otherwise, happy predicting.